Money obeys the law of vibration. All thought is vibration. Faith produces one frequency, fear another. To the ear they are silent, but to law they are thunder. Life arranges itself around the prevailing vibration. This is why identical effort produces different results in different men. The difference lies not in work, but in wavelength. Apology disguised as humility weakens the financial magnet. The man who half believes he deserves prosperity speaks softly when he should command. He lowers his tone in the presence of success, afraid of appearing proud. But law interprets humility of this sort as confession of unworthiness. You cannot attract what you secretly fear to claim. Observe Andrew Carnegie in his youth. Before he possessed a fortune, he walked as though entrusted with one. His bearing carried expectancy, not arrogance. Others mistook it for pride, but it was simply certainty, broadcast ahead of evidence. The world received his tone and conspired to prove him right. Expectation preceded empire. Thomas Edison, after failure upon failure, remained composed. His mind vibrated with completion long before light burned within his laboratory. The frequency of belief sustained itself through fatigue and ridicule. Where another man's signal would have broken into doubt, his remained steady until matter itself adjusted to match his certainty. F.W. Woolworth, with no credit and little capital, borrowed belief instead of money. He believed so firmly in his idea that others lent him trust before lending him cash. Trust is currency. His conviction became collateral. The signal of confidence drew cooperation until material wealth followed spiritual wealth. The man who begins correcting his signal is immediately noticed. He speaks slower and with calm conviction. He moves deliberately instead of hurriedly. He no longer explains ambition. He assumes accomplishment. Those still ruled by uncertainty find his composure unsettling. They sense authority without aggression, and that silent authority begins to attract both respect and reward. Gratitude strengthens the signal because gratitude is the tone of possession. To be grateful is to affirm receipt before visible evidence. The man who thanks life for prosperity before it arrives places himself upon the same frequency as its arrival. Ingratitude or constant complaint keeps the signal tuned to lack. The secret of assumed arrival is not pretense. It is moral alignment with what is already promised by law. Every cause produces its effect in time. To act as though the effect were already secured is not arrogance, it is intelligence. It is the refusal to send contradiction between desire and expectation. Faith, as I now describe it, is not emotion. It is inner frequency, an unbroken tone of expectation maintained beneath all appearance. Desire is magnetic expectation. Persistence is steady broadcast. To remain fixed upon one tone until reality echoes it back is the art of mastery. Money recognizes order. Poverty recognizes confusion. Wealth flows to the man who is internally arranged, for he emits certainty that the world can trust. Confusion within repels all cooperation, human and invisible alike. The moral meaning of wealth, therefore, is evidence of inner harmony. To desire riches while doubting the justice of wealth is to divide the signal. The subconscious receives both commands and produces contradiction. Earnings gained and lost, success built and broken. Law cannot be fooled. It multiplies whatever instruction dominates, even if that instruction is indecision. Effort guided by confidence feels light. Effort poisoned by doubt feels heavy. The weight is not in the task, but in the tone. The worker whose inner world is tuned to lack will tire even in easy labor. The man aligned with faith will perform mighty works without strain. Every fortune begins first as a vibration of belief sustained beyond resistance. It is not genius that builds empires. It is unwavering tone. Even the simplest plan, held with conviction, bends time and circumstance in its favor. I no longer chase wealth, I align with it. My thoughts broadcast command, not need. What I expect consistently, I inevitably receive. The man who embodies these affirmations ceases to chase opportunity. Opportunity begins to chase him. He becomes a signal strong enough to rearrange his environment. Deals, ideas, and helpers appear as though called by name. In truth, they are responding to frequency, not chance. Gratitude is not polite emotion, it is magnetic command. To be grateful is to say, this is already mine by law. It eliminates tension and broadcasts confidence. Ingratitude declares separation. Gratitude declares unity. The grateful man multiplies because his tone says, I already possess. Observe closely those who seem lucky. Their minds, whether they know it or not, dwell continually on gain, not loss. Their conversation is shaped by expectancy. Even when difficulty arises, they do not collapse into complaint. Their frequency remains consistent, and life, obedient as ever, mirrors it back. Fear of poverty is the static that breaks the broadcast. Each fearful thought sends interference through the channel. Repeated long enough, that interference becomes the dominant tone. The man then works harder and wonders why results diminish. He blames labor when the fault lies in vibration. There is no mystery in success, only mastery of signal. The wealthy are not chosen, they are tuned. To correct tone is to begin moral reformation. Every careless word of doubt must be replaced with command. Every apology for ambition must be withdrawn. Every fearful image must be substituted with vision of certainty. As the signal clears, life answers. Money begins to approach, not as miracle but as consequence. The same law that carries sound through the air carries belief through mind into matter. Alignment of thought, feeling, and action is tuning of mind to opportunity. The mind must vibrate at the level of its goal, not its fear. When faith, speech, and behavior carry the same rhythm, wealth has no choice but to respond. This is the unseen frequency of riches, the order behind every visible success, the tone that wealth hears even when words are silent. And when a man learns to broadcast it daily with discipline, the world itself bends to listen. The repellent force, how men unknowingly reverse the current. If wealth moves toward the clear signal of faith, it moves away from the confused signal of fear. The same law that attracts can also repel. The power of attraction and repulsion belongs to the same current. When a man sends contradiction, the law obeys confusion as faithfully as it would obey order. Most men destroy their prosperity not by lack of action, but by interference. They send a command for gain and immediately cancel it with thought of loss. They act boldly one day, then shrink in doubt the next. The law, receiving two opposite instructions, pauses. What appears to them as delay is only obedience to mixed vibration. This counter signal is not always loud. It hides in quiet habits, worry disguised as caution, guilt disguised as modesty, hesitation disguised as reason. These unseen tones reverse the current that should be carrying wealth toward them. A man who doubts his own worth cannot hold riches, for he has commanded them to leave. Thinking about debt strengthens it. Thinking about deficit multiplies it. The mind magnifies what it observes most intently. When attention clings to shortage, the subconscious accepts shortage as instruction. The very energy that could build abundance is then used to feed the image of lack. Thus, effort creates the opposite of intention. I have known men of great ability who feared criticism more than failure. To please the opinion of others, they shrank their dreams to safer size. They reduced their plan to fit the comfort of the timid. Yet the law cannot reward timidity. The world pays for boldness, not apology. Caution, when excessive, becomes self-betrayal. Apology for ambition breaks the signal of authority. The man who lowers his desire to appear humble declares unworthiness to the law. He cannot lead men while ashamed of his goal. He cannot attract wealth while whispering apology for wanting it. Power retreats from those who ask permission to possess it. Comparison is poison to faith. To measure another man's success against your own is to confess doubt in your individual plan. Envy declares that good is limited, that another's gain has stolen yours. Gratitude declares that good is infinite and opportunity unexhausted. The one repels, the other attracts. Self-contradiction is the unseen cost of weakness. A man says, "I will succeed," then in private imagines failure. He speaks of confidence and prepares excuses. He prays for increase and dwells on fear. His outer words and inner feeling move against each other. Such divided loyalty produces only delay and disappointment. The imagination was not given for rehearsal of loss. To visualize disaster is to create a blueprint for it. The subconscious, indifferent to intention, builds whatever image it receives most vividly. Every picture of defeat repeated in the theater of the mind becomes instruction. This is how fear of poverty creates poverty. Even prayer, when mixed with desperation, becomes command for lack. When a man pleads with heaven as though heaven were withholding, he declares himself empty. The tone of plea contradicts the tone of faith. The answer cannot come, for the signal is divided between belief and doubt. I have known a merchant of fine skill who prospered, only to lose his gains repeatedly. Each time profit appeared, he began fearing loss. His mind rehearsed decline while his store flourished. Customers, sensing the vibration of fear, withdrew their confidence. Within months, he fulfilled the prophecy he had written through worry.